Oh, forgot. I'm not used to this whole key gas cap thing. Anyways, good morning, guys. See what I'm talking about? This is actually the first thing I was going to bring up. I don't like the Aprilia gas nozzle. The first thing I did, I don't know if you guys can see it, but that hole is a little too tight. I know that's usually a good thing for us guys, but that right there needs to be dremelled out. Allows more ventilation, because the second you start filling up with gas, it just starts spewing everywhere, all over your tank. Let me reset the gas mileage. I don't know all this. Steering dampening. Let's put that at 2. I'll just leave it at that, I guess. Okay. What is this? I don't like all this. Can you guys help me out here? .360 mode. There we go. There was a glitch. So what's going on, guys? I'm on my 2020 1100 factory. Most of you know I don't even have this bike. I've only posted it on Instagram maybe once, maybe twice. I don't know why. My original plan was to kind of hold on to it and just leave it bone stock. I think it's a really pretty bike. I didn't really want to modify it. I already have a bike that's completely modified. Why would I want to ruin 2? Especially one that's this beautiful. You guys can't really tell in the video, but this bike is just, it's flawless. Yeah, it's just completely stock. It has a tail liddy, stock exhaust. I mean, all the warning stickers are still on it. So it's definitely interesting. I know it's the same bike. It's so different. I mean, you could change one thing on any bike and it'll change the whole geometry of the bike, which is always crazy to me. I can go on and on about how many things I have done to my bike versus this. Just comparing a stock Aprilia to my bike, I'll say the first couple things right now is you sit so high up. Like, I feel like I'm looking down, like I'm riding downwards. On my other bike, even though it's a track bike and you would think it would be the same way, it's actually not. I feel a lot more comfortable. I feel safer. I feel like I can brake hard, I can maneuver hard, I can make a quick reaction on my track bike versus this one. And I know it's stock. I don't have tank grips, obviously, but I don't like matte finishes. You slide around so much. In the stock seats, you slide around enough already. I mean, obviously, yes, the bike is quick for being a completely stock, full weight bike. It is powerful. I mean, I can imagine how fast it could be with a tune. Seat sits up really high. It's quiet, obviously, because you have an exhaust servo that opens up at a certain RPM. So right now, I wear headphones, of course. I always wear headphones now, especially with the new piece that I have. Or any helmet, doesn't matter. You should be wearing headphones regardless, or earplugs, I mean. But especially when you're wearing earplugs and you're sitting at a red light, I pretty much can't hear the bike, which throws me off. I don't like to not hear the bike, especially if there's a bike next to me or I'm riding with a friend, which happens the one time I did ride this bike. And I couldn't even hear my own bike, and I don't like that. I don't like the fact that I can't hear the bike running at a red light. So that's one thing that's kind of difficult. But I mean, come on, guys, we're talking about a stock bike here. I mean, most of you aren't going to leave your bike stock like that. So I mean, obviously the bike is extremely good looking as is from the factory, but it does have all the stupid stock stuff on it, which I typically wouldn't ride around with a stock bike. Nothing against it, I just prefer to have my own little tasteful bits on there. Obviously a little windscreen. I don't know what this is supposed to do. It's really small, but it works. I've hit some high speeds with this thing, even with this little windscreen. I'll show you guys here in a little bit when I get onto a different freeway. Stock levers. Honestly, I believe stock levers are the best on any bike. They're made that way for a reason. They're designed perfectly. You can buy shorty levers. I don't like shorty levers. It's just more of an arm workout. Why would you want more fatigue? Jesus, this is bumpy. Why would you want more fatigue while you're riding? You're having to use the clutch. I mean, braking, it makes sense. You're not using all your fingers, but unless it's got a hydraulic clutch, it's super smooth, and you want to use 2 fingers with a shorty, I get it, but I just don't think it's safe. I don't like it. If you have little hands, then I guess so, but I mean, I wear a size large glove, and these are really tight on me. I don't really like short levers. On my other bike, yes, I do have aftermarket levers, but they're the Brembo mock-up of the stock lever, so it's pretty much as close as they possibly could be to stock, and I like it. The only reason I want that is because they're Brembo, they match the master cylinder, and they're black, and I think the black looks a little bit better than the silver. That's all. But the stock levers are very smooth, very nice, and very friendly. But I'll say this, it is nice to have lights, it's nice to have a horn, it's nice to have indicators. have everything I need. I got cruise control back, I got everything, you know? I mean, I can hook up the bike to Bluetooth and do all that, but the biggest thing, or actually, I'm gonna say the two biggest things that I like right now is the fact that I have cruise control back, right here. You hold this button down, it shows you what speed you want to hit at, I think you hit it again, boom, just like that. We're back, baby. We're back with cruise control. Oh, I miss it. I really do miss it, because my bike vibrates a lot. My track bike, I mean. Especially when you're riding on the freeway for so long, and after a while, I mean, you want to give that right hand some brake. And the other thing is the mirrors. I know a lot of people don't like mirrors. I understand. I don't like the look of mirrors. I really do like to be able to see who's coming up behind me. I know my arms are kind of in the way. I ride with my elbows out a little bit more aggressive than standard, so they kind of do block my view. I like having the mirrors, I'm not gonna lie. So for those of you that don't know, the 2020 1100 Factory is the best bike Aprilia ever made, next to obviously the X-Trenta and all that stuff. The reason for that, and yes, I know they came out with a lot of this in 2019, but 2019 they didn't have the high-end model like they have this. So they might have come out with the 1100. They kind of snuck it in there for some of the bikes, the 1100 motor. Let's just scratch all that, because that's a base model bike and no one cares. The 2020 1100 Factory has, in my opinion, one of the best colorways next to the new 2023 GP livery. So the reason why this bike is also so iconic is it's the last year of the original bodywork, and so this bodywork to me will always be iconic. It's pretty much had the same style since 2009 when the RS4 first came out, and that'll always be an iconic body style. That's just how it is. So it's the last year of this body style. It has the 1100 motor, and it's the first year of electronic suspension, and it has forged wheels. It's got the factory Acro titanium slip-on, which is, it comes with a cat and like a DB killer and all that stuff. But it's a pretty high-end model. It's got everything. And a lot of the new 1100s, let's say for example you go out and buy a new factory, it doesn't have all the carbon. Like right here I have the carbon winglets. Steering stabilizer is electronic as well. I don't know how that works, but it works. Look at all these people standing in here. I wish I had my SE project on. Oh my god, that would have been perfect. Let's try something. Oh, I feel like a dickhead. Maybe I got someone. I don't know. We'll check the Insta360 later if it's still there. But this exhaust is just not loud enough. Of course, you got to run the SE project. You got to run the SE project. If you guys are ever interested in an SE project, go to Motivation USA. They're owned by SE Project USA. So same company. You can use Turbo Jame, and instead of the S you use 5, so Turbo Jame 5. You can get a discount code on SE Project. Those are extremely good guys. They're located in Texas. Good shipping, good customer service, 10 out of 10. I actually have a new slip-on coming from my track bike, which I'm excited for, because so I had the GP70. It's like the CRT, but it has like a little dildo at the end. I had that one before. I liked it, but then I was looking for a little bit more power, so I got the GP7 or SCR1. I don't know. I could be wrong. I wanted something that matched my carbon, and then I wanted something that's a little longer for more power, and it was good. You know, it's the same tone at high RPM. You know, they both scream when they open up, but the Ida was a little bit more quiet. You know, every time you go to a car show early morning or come home late at night, when I was riding in the street a lot, you know, it was a lot friendlier to my neighbors, and I don't want to be that one guy who's constantly being an asshole. The slip-on I have on now is much friendlier, but I was like, you know what, I don't really ride in the street much anymore, and I don't really care about 2-3 more horsepower, allegedly, however it makes more than the CRT, the short can. So I was like, you know what, I'd rather have something that's a little lighter. I mean, it weighs nothing. The slip-on I have on now probably weighs 4 pounds, 3, 4, 5, I don't know. I haven't really taken it off by itself. So I'd rather have something that's a little bit more aggressive, a little bit louder, because it's only a track bike. I don't, you know, I'd rather have something that's lighter and is probably going to get less damaged on the track. The slip-on I have on now, because the slip-on I have on now is really nice. I love it, but if I crash that thing, ooh, that thing is getting destroyed, let me tell you. Okay, let me attempt a wheelie. It's been a long time, guys. Got no tank grips, I don't like this. you have to have like all the settings off. When you try to wheelie an Aprilia with like any kind of setting, it does not that it doesn't want to wheelie, but you have to really get it up there. It's like, okay, like stay. On my track bike, I leave everything off. Of course, I have ABS off. So when I get that thing up, it wants to stay. Well, this thing, you have to fight it to get it up, and then it's like, okay, now that we're up, we'll stay. The reason why I came down is I didn't know what that truck was going to do. I remember the last time I filmed the video right there, and that car was emerging, and I was like, I hate that. I love that on-ramp, but the cars always emerge right there, so I just wanted to be careful. I didn't know what that truck was doing. I don't know if you can see me, especially with the blind spots. Yeah, full of excuses. But yeah, it is really nice to have a stock bike. You know, it feels smooth. I feel like I can ride this pretty far. Obviously, it's got its, you know, pros and cons, but yeah, especially the straightaway was open. But for the most part, it's nice, it's smooth. I mean, I hope so. I hope it's a stock bike. I hope it's smooth. When you're actually moving, it feels really nimble. That's another thing I'm working on too with my track bike, is you can play with the geometry settings and the physics of the bike. Like right here, you can change the rake, you can change the pivots of the frame, the swing arm. You can change all that stuff, so it can get really complicated really quick. You can either absolutely mess everything up, or you can make it really efficient and improve a lot. And the best part about mirrors, guys, I can look and see if my GoPro's on. How beautiful. I don't have to look in the dash and look for the reflection and look for a little red dot. I can just look over and be like, boom, we're good. Yeah, that was tough, dude. And I flinched too because I slipped my foot underneath to downshift, and in my head I knew that's not right. I would have downshifted, not okay. Yes, it doesn't get to that speed quick, but it's just the fact that it just walks up there and stays at such comfort. It's amazing. I like that. That's beautiful. So nice. If I could have one white with like an alloy wheel, oh. my Insta 360's gone. Come on! No! Oh! Ah, guys, it flew off. That's gonna be so hard to find, guys. I don't think I'm gonna even try with that. At that speed, that thing could have bounced so far. I actually lost my GoPro one time on that road right there, and it was so far. It was so far, and it wasn't even close to those speeds, and it was destroyed. I mean, I think it got hit by a car. Obviously, it was like completely annihilated, but there's just no chance, guys. I mean, for me to go back and look for like 20 miles, I can maybe go back later, but right now it's like maybe I should just leave. That sucks. Oh, there goes an expensive. Oh wow. That's cool. Ah, man, that's a bummer. Well, guys, that's my review for the 2020 1100 factory. Appreciate all of you for watching, even though I'll probably only have like 10 views. That's okay. Again, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. It's time to go look for my Insta 360.